What is going on, everyone? I'm back. Yes, it's a second week of PSA return videos. This one got back a lot sooner than the last one. The last one was like 90 days. This one came in at like 50 to 60 days. Crazy stupid how long the last one took, but I've got 27 cards here. I think 26 of these are mine. I've actually got one card in here for Lunchbox Lock. If he's watching, shout out to Lunchy. I sent him off a wood. If you can guess what the wood is, you'll see it when it comes through. I got, 26 cards. I think better PSA 10 rate. I think last one was 44%. This one is up around 77%. So plenty of 10s to go through. Lots of awesome illustration rares, alt arts, SIRs, blah, blah, blah. All the different names. They're all alt arts. Anyway, I graded some of the best alt arts in Sword and Shield, in my opinion. Might not be your opinion, but yeah, definitely graded some of the coolest ones. Unfortunately, didn't get the 10 on one of them that I wanted for my Sword and Shield set, but let's get straight into the video and I'll show you everything. First up, we have the Hydreigon from Surging Sparks in the PSA 9. This one, I bought this from someone like on release day. It probably cost me 30 bucks. Unfortunately got a 9, so not too happy about that. I think the only thing that let it down was the centering on the front. It is a little bit left heavy. Yes, left heavy, right thin. Yeah. Next up, Tyranitar from Unified Minds. So this one, along with a second copy, I actually graded this year. Yeah, I actually bought these back in like the first collector's market back in 2022, I think. So they have a really cool holo floor pattern. Obviously, I'm a Tyranitar guy. It's the Mitsuhiro Reader artwork. I'm pretty sure I've got like almost all the Mitsuhiro Reader Tyranitars now. And this is just another one of them that but yeah, I do collect Tyranitar. So this one I sent 2 and I'll show the other one shortly. But yeah, unfortunately this one got a 9. Shout out to Isaac, who I bought these off at collector's market back then. This one, I think it's probably just the centering again, unless there's some surface issues. The back looks pretty okay. Next up, we have this big Spirit. Oh, I can't pronounce this one. Hey, can't even pronounce it. Spirigito, I don't know. Someone in the comments tell me how to pronounce this thing. Anyway, this one got a PSA 9. Centering, yeah, a little bit off. Back looks alright. I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. We get a 9 on that one. Next up, we have PSA 10 Venusaur from Celebrations, another classic Brody PSA graded card. I send these as much as I can when I can. Obviously, I don't see them as much anymore, but I noticed that there's been a bit of a price jump in these cards. So this one's selling for about 100 AUD. That's after probably fees and shipping. So yeah, super clean PSA 10 copy. Samurott from Crown Zenith. This one, I think this is the first time I've ever graded one of these. So this probably sells for somewhere in like the $80 to $100 range. I had considered at one stage collecting all the Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery cards. Don't know if I'm going to do that now. Might sell it. Next up, we have Tyranitar from Battle Styles. I haven't graded one of these in forever, in years. But yeah, I got one of these in a pickup a while ago and I finally got around to grading it. These ones go for, yeah, somewhere in that $100 range, plus or minus. So yeah, happy to get that one into 10. Then we have Zeraora VMAX from Crown Zenith, another Crown Zenith card that I sent off. Pretty cool artwork, never graded one of these before. Nice clean copy Crown Zenith, usually pretty easy to grade. Next up, we have Tyranitar EX from Obsidian Flames. I do own one of these copies, so I will be selling this one. I actually don't mind this one. I kind of like the camouflage Tyranitar. The crown is a little bit, a bit weird, but I do like the camouflage sort of design that it's got on the card. Next up, we have the Florigato in a PSA 10. Another super, super nice card. This one's one of the illustration rares. It's pretty clean. Happy with that to get a 10. They're pretty expensive too. Next up is a Birthday Pikachu from Celebrations. I did send a few Celebrations cards in this one, so you will see a few of those in here. Surging Sparks Pikachu. This is just like the regular EX card, number 57 in the set. These actually fetch quite a penny. Like I see the listings are over like $100 on eBay, so that's a crazy pickup. And I actually don't mind the holo pattern they've used on these. It's actually pretty cool. You probably can't see it that well with the camera, but nice card. If you watched the video from last week, which I will link in the description, the Radiant Charizard, I got a 9 on. I have like, that's like I said in the video, like that's like the first time I've ever got a 9 on one of those. I don't know what happened with that one, but yeah, anyway, I've picked some good copies and they've always come back 10. So yeah, I just missed out last week. Another 10, and then the next pile we start getting into some more of the SIRs and alt arts, I believe. So we've got Iron Valiant in PSA 10, so I have graded one of these before. Pretty cool card. It's got the Tyranitar, or the can't even tell you what the name of the Tyranitar is in the future form, but yeah, pretty cool card, Iron Valiant. Here is the other Tyranitar Mega Sableye card. So this one got a 10, the other one got a 9, so I'll be keeping this one and selling the 9. So see, look, the holo pattern on these is actually really sick. Very cool. Sorry, got a bit of glare there, but you get the idea. And we have the Celebrations Blastoise in PSA 10, so that will be going with the Venusaur, wherever that went. That'll be going with the Venusaur, so both in PSA 10. These ones are sequential, so yeah, that's pretty cool to get that. Celebrations Umbreon. These things have actually popped off on eBay. I went and had a look. Obviously, I did some draft listings for all these cards on eBay. If you haven't seen my eBay store before, it's Brodieplays on eBay. Otherwise, send me a message and I can send you the link. But yeah, Umbreon has gone crazy. Umbreon's just across the board, I think, have gone crazy. If you look at some of the pricing, there's been an uptick in Umbreon. Like, it's like the Charizard right now. But this card in particular, like, there's sales of this for over 200 AED, where I was selling this thing all day for like $100, which is crazy to see, like, that it's doubled in price. I have a really cool illustration rare that I picked up, which is the Steelix. I semi want to keep this one, but the market is really crazy right now, and there's a lot of other cards I do really need to collect. Those Sword and Shield Altarts, I'm really focused on getting that right now and trying to pick up more real cards for that. So I possibly will let this go and maybe pick up another one later on. Yeah, beautiful artwork. Let me know if you like this one. It's pretty sick. And that, yeah, is obviously another PSA 10 there. Well, not obviously, but it's a 10. Sorry if I didn't put it on camera. Obvious. Leafeon from Twilight Masquerade. I just thought this card was sick. Oh, I've got the Sylveon. I'll show you at the same time. So Sylveon. These are just like the regular common cards. Talk about prismatic evolutions. This stuff kicks ass all day. So this one's from, I think this was Shrouded Fable. Yeah, this is Twilight Masquerade. Need to try to find the reverse holos. They're a bit harder to find gradable copies, but I do have a few people that have been hooking me up with these cards. Shout out to Watto. He's actually been sending me a few of these to help grade. And if I actually successfully grade a few, I will definitely be sending him a copy for free to keep. So Watto, thank you very much, buddy. Then we have Flygon, this one also from Surging Sparks. I actually ripped this one with a mate. Geez, Dan, what's your name on Instagram? I just had a blank. Oh, Pokedoc, sorry. Pokedoc on Instagram. So he and I ripped a booster box of Surging Sparks each, and he did rip a few extra packs. But yeah, I pulled this Flygon EX. It looked pretty mint. This was like one of the mintiest cards I probably pulled from the box. So yeah, I sent this off and I was right. Like someone else thought it was minty too. So I got the Flygon EX in a PSA 10. Probably have to get Dan to sign that one. Then we have one of the best, as I mentioned at the start of the video, Sword and Shield Altarts in a PSA 10. We have the Dragonite V from Evolving Skies. I've always contemplated keeping another copy of this. I already have one in my Sword and Shield Altart set, but I have, yeah, always thought about keeping another one of these. My partner, however, has said she would like to keep this. So I'm potentially starting a little graded card collection for her. Then we have a Walking Wake and a PSA 9. So unfortunately, yeah, I didn't get the 10 on this one. I think the video that I posted that you'll be able to see from last week and in the link is a PSA 10, but yeah, this one got a PSA 9. Actually, like, super clean copy, except for on the back, it's got a little bit of a white corner there, and then like otherwise there's a little tiny bits here. You can see that. But otherwise it was super clean. So I almost thought this is probably a crackable copy that you could maybe send back and have a go for the 10, because the 10's quite expensive. So yeah, probably worth a shot and may consider it. And then one of the other best Sword and Shield Altarts, unfortunately did not go to 10, but I did send off a Giratina. This card is one of the hardest cards to grade in a 10, not only because it's actually like really bad print quality, but just trying to pick these up raw and trying to find people who are selling them and trying to beat everyone else to this card is so hard. It's just so hard to find this card and get this off people and then find a really mint copy. So I guess this is probably an example of where I shouldn't have bought this card. It was more so like the desire that like, oh, I hope this gets a 10. This probably wasn't. I probably should have, I should have probably been a bit clearer about it and gone, you know what, look, that's not actually a 10, Brody. Like, that's a little bit off center on the top, and it does have some whitening on the back at the bottom. So if you can see that there. You can see that, and that's probably the kind of stuff that they're going to knock it down on. However, the good news is I do have another one of these at PSA right now in grading with a Golurk, and I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that the other one gets a PSA 10, because if it doesn't, I'll be devastated. And I think if I do get the other one in a 10, I'll be like, okay, I can actually finish the Sword and Shield Altart set. I can do it, because that's like, this is probably the most expensive card and the hardest card to get out of what I've got left of the 9 cards. Unfortunately, we got a PSA 9, but a beautiful card otherwise, one of my top 5 from Sword and Shields. We have a Raging Bolt in PSA 9, so I did grade a few of these last week. One was an 8, one was a 10, so I'm keeping the 10, sold the 8, and the 9 also thought was probably a crackable copy, but I did find that there's a little bit of an error there, bit of an issue if you can see above the G on Raging. And then it did have a little bit of corner stuff going on, but I don't know, nothing that's crazy. But yeah, I think more so the stuff on the front probably marked it down to a 9. Then we have the Wood, Mr. Lunchbox Lock. If you're still watching this late into the video, probably like 10 minutes in, I sent him off 1 card and it was a 1-from-1 submission. He got a 10, it's the Sudowoodo. Not sure if he's keeping this or selling it, but gives you that silver, gold and crystal vibes of the Sudowoodo just hiding and waiting for you to spray it with the that's water spray. Then Charizard, and that's why I kept these other 2 out, because we have all 3 in a PSA 10. I think Sam wants to keep this one, my partner, but I probably will. I was thinking of I will just sell them as a set because they'd probably sell really well as a set right now, but if she's keeping this, I will be selling those individually. But yeah, I didn't, I never expected, 4 or 5, 4 years later after the celebrations that you'd still be able to pick up cards like Charizard, super sought after. I just didn't think you'd be able to pick it up. So it's really cool that I'm still able to pick up cards like this now. Obviously it just goes to show how much was printed and how much is actually still available out there. So yeah, happy to get that in a PSA 10 and potentially I'm going to be keeping that. And then lastly, we have a full art Dragonite from Pokemon Go. One of the only cards that I would collect from Pokemon Go, besides the Mewtwo alt art that I needed, is this card. I have one of these already, and yeah, always found that they were reasonably okay to grade. And yeah, that's all. So I think I finished with 26 cards, and 6 of those were PSA 9s. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye.